Thomas Tayebwa, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, came out to confirm that the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker are going to come from within the NRM party, because there were rumors that NOBERT MAO is gearing up for the position. And I think the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker are coming out to protect their position. Thomas Tayebwa said these statements.
But I have a very, very strong conviction that it is the NRM that is going to produce a Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. And I therefore request my colleagues that we all do support the Right Honourable Anita Mong for Speaker. And then you also don't forget me. You also don't forget me, because she needs a deputy who can work very closely with her to deliver the mandate of the NRM. Some people say, but Tayebwa, you have just come out of opposition. How come you're the one guiding people for party position? I've been an NRM member for 15 years. You want me to be a Mugore for how long? If you have a wife for 15 years, you still call her Mugore. Which kind of husband are you? I joined NRM in 2010. In 2016, I delivered for it to be in the North County unopposed. In 2021, I delivered for it over 90%. In 2026, I delivered for it unopposed. 3 times delivering for the party. And you still call me Mugore. Others okay, no way. You remember? So, I urge colleagues to really work closely with us. There are many positions that we do have within also Parliament, but also in the party. And then those who think that Parliament is only effective when you are abusing the President, please. The fountain of honor is a fountain of honor for all. If you honor him, the country will be honored. So I request all of us not fight over this. And the good thing, yes, and the good thing is NRM has set in a very good precedent on how we move. And if one goes wrong, there are mechanisms of also handling this. So I do hope that inside us as NRM, once we go behind our closed door, we shall have this resolved. Those who cannot enter those closed doors, I don't know how they will. I don't know which route they will take, but work it out.
That is Thomas Tayebwa. And in fact, first of all, I don't support the NRM, but sometimes you can also be equitable. Do you think a party with more than 300 members of Parliament can need NOBERT MAO as a speaker? That is a question for you. I even tell people that the reason as why General Museveni picked NOBERT MAO as a cabinet minister for justice is not because NOBERT MAO was going to bring something on the table. No. It's because General Museveni wanted to show the opposition that he penetrated it, because he has ever come out to say that by 2026 there will be no opposition. It's the reason why he appointed NOBERT MAO, not because he's going to bring something new. And I think he saw the weakness of NOBERT MAO, that he was basing on his peers he grew with. He was lagging behind. Other peers had gotten cabinet slots, like Olanya was the Speaker of Parliament, etc. NOBERT MAO was not in Parliament. Basically, NOBERT MAO was not doing well even financially, because among his peers, even the car he was driving, he was so old. It's the reason why when he was given a cabinet slot, immediately built a house there on Tebe Road. He ditched his old house. So I think he knew the weakness. Of course, NOBERT MAO is a smart man, but I don't know which witchcraft General Museveni uses to use smart people from the opposition to do the opposite. So the purpose of this video, I've come to talk about the sentences which were made by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know, if you're into this channel, please subscribe. If you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagri. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, a precedent was set, I think, in different parliaments, where speakers of parliament do 10 years and then a deputy speaker takes over. This thing came from Sekandi, it came from Kadaga, it came to Olanya until Olanya's demise. So NRM, away from even setting that trend, okay, is also trying to protect their position. Secondly, my problem is, even if that trend is set, what if we have a rogue speaker like we have right now, Anita Mo is the first speaker since independence to have been sanctioned, not by one country, different countries, and because of corruption, is the first Speaker of Parliament where parliamentary commission has always been in battles, rumors of stealing money, corruptions, giving generators to each other, money in billions by the running on private accounts, etc. And I think Genome 7 knows this, but Genome 7 wants to reward royalty than competence. Because if it was the thing of competence, there is no way Anita Among will skip the threshold. In fact, I keep on telling people that the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Tayebwa, is way much better than Anita Among. I'm not saying that even the Deputy Speaker is up to standards, because there are some times where he lowers the bar. But when it comes to Speaker Anita Among, it's even worse when he's presiding over the House. It is the truth. I don't know, is it because he was excited or because he was over-ambitious, so he wanted to become rich quickly? I don't know. But he's the worst speaker to ever grace the August House since independence. And for me, even if Anita Among is retained as the speaker, I may not be surprised, because that's how Genome 7 works. Remember, Genome 7 has a file of Anita Among. When he was sanctioned, he requested investigation in the riches of Anita Among in Britain. A report was brought, so it was kept. It has never been brought public. So that's how Genome 7 uses people. He gives you the position so that you can dance on his tunes. The moment you depart from them, you remove a file to impeach you, later to jail you. So Anita Among will be in that position. I'll do anything Genome 7 wishes, even if it means burning down the house. Of course, I'm speaking about it figuratively, because that's how Genome 7 works. If Genome 7 was indeed fighting against corruption, you think he doesn't know what takes place in the Parliamentary Commission? The report that was brought up after the sanction, you think he doesn't know? You think he doesn't know? So for me, I think Anita Among is going to remain as the speaker, most probably because of one thing, that Genome 7 wants to use people who are already tainted. That's why Rebecca Daga sometimes stood against some things, of course, eventually passing them, but he had to first put up a fight. A fight was never hard on her, so he was free to do some things. It is the reality. Okay? So, Tayebwa coming out to speak like that, they are protecting their position. In fact, he also came out to say that he spoke about the 10-year rule of speaker. He said these statements.
And the principle under the Commonwealth system, the Westminster system, we call it dragging. The speaker should be dragged to the seat. Because that's a very critical position. It shouldn't be just decided the way it is decided. So the practice has been that a speaker serves 2 terms, the deputy serves 2 terms, and then they are elevated. Okay? I remember when some people wanted to fight the Right Honorable Anita Among after the death of the Right Honorable. We made it very clear to them, as the neighbor said, we made it very clear to them that it has been very, very, very clear. President after president, time after time, how Right Honorable Sekandi became a speaker, how Right Honorable Kadaga became a speaker, how Right Honorable Oranya became what? Became a speaker. So it's a process. I don't need to declare myself a speaker of 2031. No. No. I just pray to God to give me good health. If I'm lucky, I get another term as a deputy speaker, and then I leave it to my party to guide the members of the party at that time on the process, which is clear the structure. So I don't need to make any declaration.
That is Thomas Tayebwa. And remember, NRM also came out with a resolution. Unless General Museveni comes out to change tune, but I don't see the leadership of Parliament changing. That's how General Museveni works. For as long as you deliver what he wants, you are free to steal anything. Okay? The moment you run away from what he wants you to do, even your file will be removed. It is the truth. To an extent that even those who don't even have files, the criminal justice system will be used against you, at least. Because General Museveni mastered that thing. Of course, that's my opinion. Remain yours truly, Mr. Makindi, Kabir Suleiman Magal. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.